Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using these handmade dice inspired by Gale from Baldur's Gate 3, given to me by the maker Found Familiars. Thanks. Let's get it started with our roll for bread. 6, sourdough. Never sad to roll sourdough. We're going to use our toasting cantrip to get this nice and crispy. Here we go. Not a bad start to the week. Next up, let's roll for main. 7, ham. From one good roll to another. Ham is a great main for a sandwich, and I feel like it's pretty flexible in this format. Goes with a lot of things. Also very satisfying how it fits on that bread.
Looks like you're off to a good start.
Next up, let's roll for cheese. 5, Maubais. Maubais is an American-made cheese that consists of a goat's milk cheese and a sheep's milk cheese made together and separated by a layer of grapevine ash. It's smooth and tangy and gives you a different flavor experience depending on how you bite it. I'm a fan, and I think it should work pretty well on this sandwich. So far, so good. Next up, let's roll for roughage. 4 capers and 6 tomato. Capers are the unopened buds of the caper bush. They're pickled, and they're salty and taste a little bit like olives. I'm going to squish them a little bit so that they don't roll off the sandwich so badly. These are a fine addition. Maybe not my first choice, but they'll work. The tomato I have today is this fresh heirloom tomato. Tomatoes, in my opinion, are one of the best sandwich toppings, and these tomatoes in particular are nice and juicy and flavorful. It'll add some moisture to the sandwich and some acid. So far, we really seem to be hitting all the right notes, which is always a scary place to be on this show. We're also gonna bust out our salt and pepper cantrip, make sure our good tomatoes are nice and seasoned so we get the most out of them that we can. All right, here's where it often falls apart, the wild magic roll. 11, quail eggs. I've had fresh quail eggs in ramen and things like that, but someone sent me these canned quail eggs from China, so we're gonna check them out. Looks like they come hard-boiled. That's good. I was really hoping they weren't somehow raw in there. They definitely smell like eggs. Taste-wise, in my experience, quail eggs are a little more creamy than chicken eggs and a little earthier tasting, and obviously much smaller. These don't seem to be pickled or anything, just preserved. So I'm actually thinking they're not gonna be too bad on this sandwich. Eggs and ham go together well. We've already got some salt and pepper. Probably best case scenario for how to use these, at least on this show. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. Nat 20.
Not bad for a wizard who slept through his Kalashite lessons, eh?
All right, well, I get to pick my sauce today, so I think what I'm gonna go with is this champagne dill mustard from Ohio. Remember, if it's not from Ohio, it's just sparkling mustard. This punchy Dijon with dill will combine with the eggs to give us kind of a deviled egg flavor, which I think should work really well. Not bad for a Monday. Everything seems to be coming up Millhouse. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich put together here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross-section. Not too shabby. Well, the Wizard of Waterdeep seems to have helped us greatly today. And after Friday's sticky situation, I'm pretty thankful for that. Let's see how this one tastes. Yeah, this is dang good. Sourdough is the perfect bread to hold this all together. The tangy cheese, the mustard, and the tomatoes bring in some nice bright flavors, which contrast well with the fat of the egg yolks and ham. This is a solid sandwich. I'm gonna go as far as to give it a 9.4, and I'm gonna call it Quail of Waterdeep. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again on Wednesday.